Welcome back, everyone, to episode 8 of the Can You Survive 25 challenge. Um, we left our last episode, I believe it was November, and I said I'd be back in April. Well, or February, I mean. I get it right yet. But I went an extra month. It's March. And as you can see, we're sitting on quite a bit of cash. Uh, Fields are producing right now. Silage, we're making about a million uh, liters of silage every time we cut with all our three big fields. I also figured out a way. I've yet to test it, but there is a way I can get a fifth cutting even with seasons on the silage. So if I do that combined with our two sawmills, we're probably bringing in around 1.5 to $2 million a year. So we're making good money. Time to start expanding, get into that cotton. I should also mention what we bought since last episode. I bought this Valtra. I upgraded it to the 420 horsepower. It is used. This particular one's got 21 hours on it. Um, Let me get out of here. I did make it blue. Like I said, this whole farm one is going to be the blue farm. Um, we also bought this. I should say the Valtra. We sold the John Deere, our 7810. So it was about $125,000 difference to get it. This also came up on the used market. The Krone Big X 1180, and as you can see, it's got almost 40 hours on it. But this is what we use to do our silage right now. The head was new. Um, this thing was $282,000 used, which is a lot, but this thing's about 600 over 600,000. I want to say 650,000 brand new. And I know some people avoid the used because they do deteriorate quickly, break down, and you've got to fix them. But we've got the staffed workshop, so we got a mechanic on duty. We pay $4,000 a day too, so we just park it over there after we're done. This is the way I like to do silage. Allows me to hire out a field. One person can do a field instead of having to go through all of it. Put it in this fermenting silo. Just a lot easier. Like I said, we're going to expand. Planning on buying Field 77 here today, and if we can get enough cash, I'd like to buy a Field 76 as well. So, but we are definitely buying Field 77, so we're going to go ahead and buy that. Now, I can't remember if it's been a while since I played on this save. Yeah, it's fine. It's ready to be planted. I'm not sure on Field 76 if it's the same. Yeah, it looks like it's ready to be planted too. It's just not 100% fertilized, which is fine. So we're going to plant this one to cotton. Like I said, we need to get into cotton and start getting ropes and buy the rope factory and start doing rope and fabric so that we can supply the playground. And going back up here, I've got all my vehicles sitting up here partly because, for starters, we're going to buy that seeder. Um, or planter. We need a planter. Oh, yeah, one other thing. I did finally break down and install the used vehicle mod, which gives you more used vehicles. Uh, and I should mention this is the harvester that we need. It's on sale at a good price. This thing's about 500K, I want to say, normally 450. We do need this to do cotton, But our cotton isn't going to be ready for 8 months, and I think it's more important if we can get enough money to buy that second field and get it planted for now, even if we end up having to pay full price for this. Uh, if it's not on sale in a day or two when we have enough cash. But having said that, for right now we need a planter, and there's not one on the used. I'm gonna go with just this modded one. It does have the no-till, so we don't need to cultivate or plow first, which is great. And it will do cotton. So, and I think it also fertilizes. So we're gonna go this route. I don't think we need to change anything on it. And maybe we'll go with the different tires. And we'll get this Massey over there to get started on getting that field started planting. As you can see here, I've got some trees I bought on the used market and some seed, extra seed. Now, the trees, actually, they're supposed to be oak, but the box says something different. So I don't know if I screwed up when I bought them. We'll have to get the planter up here and pick it up and see what it says if you were going to plant them, which we might do some of that today. We have cleared an area down there that we can afford to put some of that in. I do think I'm going to buy a little bit of fertilizer while I'm here. I know that first field's fertilized, so we don't need to use it, but if we do buy the second field, saying that, I'll wait. I can come back up here. So I'm not sure. I'm sure this thing, I need to turn my HUD back on. Do need to change it to cotton. But I don't know if there's got to be a let me un while folding. I'm not folding though. That's what I want to do. Why are we? I'm a little confused as to. Try my keyboard. I don't understand why I can't. Surely this is not the way it goes down the road, but I can't seem to figure out. Can't even unhook from it. I guess for right now we'll just run it down like this, but because I don't have traffic on, so it's not that big a deal, but this is not the way you want to go. I also bought a truck. I bought the international truck, the flatbed, for $2,800 off the used market. That's just nice for, like, we got that partial pallet of seed there. If I want to grab some fertilizer, I can run up quick to the shop. I can pick up those trees. It's a quicker method of getting around, or if I want to run out to the field to fill this up with seed. Just a good get around, and as we expand farms, it's nice to go in between them, because that is the one piece of equipment that you can use in between farms. So starting out, I'll probably use a pickup before I get one for each of the farms themselves. So we got that, which is nice. Let's get I'll get them started on planting this, and then we're going back up to the shop. If you noticed, I had a bunch of equipment up there. That's because I've decided I'm done with contracts. Technically, I said I would do the first 36 months, 3 years I could do contracts. So I have really until July, but I quit doing them after the last episode. It's just getting to be too time consuming, and like I said at the start of this video, we're making a lot of money. There's no sense in wasting my time on contracts. So a lot of this equipment is what we were using in contracts. I don't really need it going forward. So yeah, we're gonna sell it today, and hopefully by selling this, we'll run back, we'll sell a bunch of wood, we can get enough for that second field. Because like I said, I think it's more important, while we can still plant cotton this year, to get that second field than it is to get that cheap harvester. Because I know we'll have the 450k we need for another if we have to buy it new by the time it's ready to be harvested. I'd much rather have that used one, of course, save some money. But if we have to pay new, we have to pay new. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, and some of this stuff we might buy back later. Like I've talked about sheep a couple times. If we get sheep, I'm probably, I may want some of this stuff back. But for right now, clean up the yard, get it sold. We are gonna repaint all this. Like I said before, you do get a little extra back by painting them. So if you have the money, it makes sense to repair and paint them before you sell them. Selling our tedder again, of course. Now our tedder did finally end up making us money. I think it was all said and done, we had 4 or 5 contracts with it, so it wasn't a huge money maker, but it more than paid for itself and made money on top. So not a huge money maker though. So I don't know, if I was doing another playthrough and was trying to buy equipment for contracts, I'd probably just skip the tedder. Just isn't enough contracts over the course of the year. Probably better off using your money somewhere else and turning it over quicker. We did also, I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, we did upgrade this tractor, because when we had bought it used, it didn't have the biggest engine in it. We have upgraded it to the biggest engine, so now it does have 302 horsepower, which is great. All 3 of our tractors have good horsepower right now. We're kind of where we want to be. The only thing is, silly as it sounds, the Massey is red and we need another blue tractor, so I'll be looking for a New Holland or another Valtra, just because you can customize the color on those. So I do want another upgrade. I probably want it to be, I know this one's 300 horse, but I probably want it to be more 400 or more, just so I have 2 big tractors and then the third smaller one. And going forth, most farms that when we start doing more farms, they're probably all going to have 3 tractors, I think. 3 is just kind of a good sweet spot, depending on what what the farm set up, but I'm happy with 3 on this first one. Wood trailer, this thing was a huge money maker. Being able to do the transport contracts with a $4,000 trailer, basically one contract would paid for this thing, and I probably did 20 to 30 of those contracts total, so definitely paid for that thing. This trailer I didn't use a whole lot for bales. We didn't stay in the bale part very long. A couple harvests, but definitely worth it because, like I said before, bales, if you're picking them up, it's just such a pain that I don't. It's just too frustrating to worry about. So this baler is awesome. Highly recommend it to be able to do round bales and wrap them at the same time. It is expensive, but just having that option to be able to do all that is pretty great. So let's see what we get out of this. Need to repaint. That one's expensive to repaint. Alright, we're up to 349. I can't remember how much that piece of property is. I want to say that one's really expensive. 400 and some K. Yeah, 463. But like I said, we do have a lot of wood that we've been socking into the storage unit down there. We'll run down. I've got some of it loaded, ready to go. Probably have to sell it in a couple places because I've already got all the planks that the playground will take. I think I got the long planks loaded for the rest of what it'll take. And then really the only thing we can keep selling to the playground is wood beams from there on out. So we'll have to start taking the other wood somewhere else. And I think I mentioned it before, but I may end up turning on auto sell for planks and long planks just to free up that time of having to load them. I know you make a little less, about 10% less, but like I said, we're making good money. So if you can free up your time, and as we start expanding, going to 3 farms, time is really going to be important. Anything that we can automate or put somebody else on, like planting that field, we just need to do it because you would spend literally days just trying to keep up. The other thing is, this is probably the first 2 cotton fields we do. I don't know if we need more. We're going to have to play it, but after we get these done, kind of our priority will be to get the rope factory, because that's one of the things that the playground is waiting for, is rope, so it can proceed on building. So I want to start that first, then I'll move into the spinnery next, and probably the tailor shop after that. If not, I guess maybe even a second spinnery, maybe before the tailor shop. I haven't decided, but yeah, this is the truck we bought. Like I said, used 27 hours. Just nice to get around. But we're gonna run this down to the playground for now, plus what else is sitting outside there. See what we can make. So we're making some real progress. Like I said, we got a lot of money coming in. We're gonna be making, you know, 2 million without the cotton. I would say that's before expenses. So maybe in the 1.7 to 1.8 million dollar range. So if we can get the cotton going, who knows what we'll make. But either way, we should be able to proceed and be buying those factories we need and power through this first farm pretty quick. And then we can move on to the second farm, which I haven't quite decided. I've thought about doing the canning as the main thing, so a lot of greenhouses and crops like that. Put them up there by the cannery. I also thought about big silage and the bioplant gas place. Let's see now, planks long. Is this thing already full of them too? Huh. Okay, so it's not even taking planks long. I wonder. Let's look at the prices. Technically, let's see here. Planks long. We got 3,500 at the farmer's market. If that's clear across there. Maker Hall here is not paying. Maker Hall's I guess, what am I saying? It's paying more than that. The Grain Elevator Museum, we're not selling to them because that'll be the second farm's responsibility to build that. So, yeah, technically, it says the playground's taking them, but it's not. It doesn't want them. So I guess we're gonna sell it right here. If I can get turned around here, we'll sell it right here. And this is probably where we're gonna sell the other wood that like the regular planks, and I guess now the long planks as well. So they're all gonna go there which is fine. It's close. It's still close. We just kind of have to make it 2 trips. You know, 1 trip for the playground, 1 for the Maker's Hall. For a while, anyway. We're gonna start the one up here, up by the main farm or sawmill. It's probably got another good year, maybe. I can squeeze a year and a half, 2 years out of it, but it's going to run its course, and we'll just do away with it when it's done. We will use that area for something else. And we may just put down these sawmills as we buy properties, you know, rather than drag them all the way back up here to this other one. You know, every so often put down one, use all the wood in that area, and then sell it back off when we're done. But yeah, looking at the equipment, we really cleaned up the yard. I wouldn't mind getting an actual just fertilizer spreader. It's kind of a pain using that lime one, and fertilizer keeps switching back and forth. So we want beams. Is there any beams left in there? Yeah, 4 of them. So run these beams down there. guess for now we'll figure out where to take all this, but we've got plenty of money now to go ahead and buy that other field. Um, and so we can get it planted to cotton as well. Let's see here. Yeah, we're in good shape there. So we can get both those planted. This area is grass. I don't think I'm going to mess with trying to extend the field. This one has trees on it. We'll probably wait until we buy this area, which has also got some trees, and like I said, maybe slap down another sawmill down here and use all those trees on it. And then we might extend that field down there and then see about what we want to do up top. But there's a big water tower there, or a windmill that you can't get rid of. I just don't know if it's worth messing with, trying to get up in there. We might use that grass area for something else. So but for right now we're there. I think I will jump over to my other tractor. We will pick this tree deal up. I think on this episode I'd also like to start planting some of them trees down below. Started clearing that. So I'll run up and grab those trees, make sure they're right. If not, I'll buy different ones and meet you back down to where we're going to plant. Okay, I think before we plant these trees, I am going to put in a constructible here. Part of the criteria I have is each of these farms has to build a constructible. For this particular one, it's just going to be a garage or a shed that I can store the winch and the loader for the tractor, since I really just need them for the moving wood at this time. It just makes sense. Some of the other farms, I know one of them I'll build an actual house, but I think for now I'm just gonna, this garage number one will work fine for what we're thinking. I'm thinking I would just want it down here in the corner, probably back just a ways. Yeah, probably like right there. I know it's gonna be up and into the hill. We'll have to worry about kind of landscaping it once it's built. I see it did destroy a little bit of our field here just because of how big it is when you put them down, but that's fine. So we'll start supplying the wood for this. One of the things is this thing will take cement, like cement bags and stuff like that. I'm sure I won't provide that. That we will purchase. I'll have to. I could put in a cement factory and provide everything for it, but it's really not worth it just for that shed. Our I do want to provide everything for the big playground, and I think our farm 2 is going to provide everything for the elevator, so it would probably will have a cement factory because I think that thing takes a lot of cement. So but for this one, anything that we don't produce, like the beams and stuff, I'll just buy. I did pick up these tree saplings. Um, they were oak, so even though they don't look like it, that's what it says. I might actually double check it after I plant one here, just to verify that we are in fact planting oaks. I don't know. You know, like this says the northern, and that's even what these look like. I might wait a while till these move to the next stage. I would sure hate to plant these and find out that these are the northern, whatever you say there, the Catapula, because they're gonna take a long time to grow. I need the oaks, and maybe I'll just break down and go buy another pallet of them just to make sure that we have the right deals, because I sure would hate to plant this and But I'm just planning on putting trees all through here in this bare spot. We're going to still be cutting all the way up through there, but as we cut, we'll keep putting down more trees. Because the oak takes about 2 years to grow, so we can have them coming in at different stages. So it's kind of where we are right now. I think we're going to get those 2 fields planted to cotton. And I'll probably come back, we'll do some jump cuts because in between months it's basically just more silage. I might come back and show you how we do silage. So let's just go ahead and get them fields planted and start progressing through the months. Okay, got both the fields cotton planted here, fertilized. We're good to go. You can see by the amount of cash I got, I did sell some more wood that we had. The rest of those planks and the long planks that the playground and the playground maker wouldn't take, took them over to the farmer's market and sold them. What I'm probably going to do is go ahead and jump to April and see if we can sell more wood, and hopefully that cotton harvester is still available in the market. And if it is, we'll buy it. So let's go check it out. Alright, we got all our wood loaded, and let's see just if the playground will take any of this. They should at least take the beams. Yeah, they took a little more. 31,000 there. See if we flip around here and see if the maker will take any of this as well. The maker's just not having it. Oh, he must have took a little something there. Alright, well, we'll go find a place to dump the rest. Looks like the Cooper's the next best place to probably drop these off at, so we'll swing around here. And I don't know if I've ever dropped anything off here. Let's see where the drop point is. Right there. See if we can get enough here. Hopefully we can get over that mark. Yes, 220. So let's go back. Yeah. Make sure nothing else has came on. Now here is another cotton harvester, but this one's a lot more money. It also makes round bales instead of the big square rectangular bales, and they're only 10,000 liters. I kind of like the idea of these 20,000 liters. So definitely going to go with the case. Switch up tires. Yeah. So there we go. We are in good shape. We have our fields planted of cotton. We have the harvester bought. Still need to buy a trailer to transport it, but I think that thing's fairly cheap. Should have no problems buying it by the time harvest season rolls around. So probably gonna jump right into May and start working on silage again. Do that for a couple months till we get back around to this fall and we can harvest our first deal of cotton. Also right here is the rope factory. That'll be our next big purchase, is the rope factory, and I think we can probably pull that off in time for our harvest of cotton and just bring our cotton straight over here, start making ropes. So that's the plan anyway. Okay, so it's May and we're working on silage and weeding the cotton. But this is, I just thought I'd bring you in and see, this is how I normally do my silage. I've got this forager harvester with the grass head on it, and I usually just set an AI worker to it. Just pulls around this TARDIS wagon that holds 200,000 liters, and I just have to empty it. Now I can either bring in a fresh wagon, unhook and hook up, or what I do a lot of times, since these fields are so close to our silo, I'll just stop the worker here in a second and go dump it. Get him started here, and like I said, I'll just manually stop him. We'll go dump it, and then as long as I drive back to that same spot and get it started again, it seems like no problem. They'll just pick up right where they left off. But this fermenting silo combined with this way of cutting it, I mean, you're basically just going over your field once. It's so much easier than baling. You know, even some guys windrow, then bale, then wrap. It's just a lot of work. Then you got to pick the bales up. Here we can put it in the fermenting silo. When it's ready, take it out again and go sell it. Yeah, I just thought I'd bring you back, have a look at that. Like I said, if I come up here about where we were, just start the work again, they'll usually just take right over again. They are having some problems with my first field there. I don't know if it's that placeable we put down, it's kind of screwing it up. I might work on that into the field and just delete part of that field and see if it can pick it up better. But that's kind of where we're at in May here. We're not harvesting until, what month is harvest now that we planted our cotton when we did. We planted it here in March. We won't go again till November. So this is our first cutting of hay. We'll have it again in July, September. We'll be on our fourth cutting of this silage then. I think that's when we'll come back. We'll come back in November, start our first cotton harvest along with our last grass harvest, kind of do all that. But the other thing I wanted to show is, like I said, I'm done with contracts, so we're no longer, but just kind of go over the stats. So we ended up doing 411 contracts. So we did over 400 in probably, like, I don't know, 28 months or so. So definitely made a lot of money from that to get us going. We're rolling along pretty good. We're right at 94 hours into this. We still got a long ways to go to get to 500. But we're going good. So like I said, we'll come back in November. We'll do our cotton. We'll also buy the rope factory. We may even put down a spinnery. Start putting a spinnery down. We probably will have quite a bit of money with three harvests of silage will be ready, plus all the wood that we produce between now and then. You know, it wouldn't shock me if we aren't sitting on close to $1 million by the time we come back to be able to tackle that. So that'll do it for this episode. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.